In a stunning turn of events, former President Donald Trump has sparked international controversy by announcing direct peace talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin, bypassing traditional diplomatic channels and raising concerns about Ukraine's role in negotiations. Trump's unexpected phone call with Putin on Wednesday marked a significant shift in U.S. foreign policy as he declared an immediate start to peace negotiations despite nearly 3 years of devastating conflict in Ukraine. The conversation, which excluded Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky from initial discussions, has sent shockwaves through European capitals and Washington's diplomatic circles. Trump's unilateral approach stands in stark contrast to the previous administration's principle of nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine, effectively sidelining Kyiv from crucial decisions about its own future. European allies quickly rallied behind Ukraine, with major powers including France, Germany, and the UK issuing a joint statement demanding their inclusion in any peace talks. They emphasized that Ukraine's position of strength must be maintained and its territorial integrity cannot be compromised. The EU's Foreign Affairs Chief, Kaja Kallas, reinforced this stance, declaring Ukraine's independence as unconditional. Meanwhile, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's recent statement that Ukraine cannot fully liberate its occupied territories has added fuel to the diplomatic fire. This admission, coupled with Trump's direct engagement with Putin, has raised fears that Ukraine might be forced into significant territorial concessions. The timing is particularly sensitive as Ukraine grapples with delayed presidential elections due to martial law, and recent polls suggest growing public fatigue with the prolonged conflict. Trump's hint at Zelensky's expiring presidential term has added another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. The Kremlin, through spokesperson Dmitry Peskov, confirmed the call and announced preparations for a Trump-Putin meeting in Saudi Arabia, though no specific date has been set. This development comes as both sides maneuver for leverage, with a recent U.S.-Russia prisoner swap being touted as a goodwill gesture. Former Trump administration officials, including John Bolton, have strongly criticized the approach, calling it a sellout of Ukraine. Ukrainian parliamentarian Oleksandr Mereshko expressed concern about Trump speaking to Putin before Zelensky, viewing it as legitimizing Putin's position. As the world watches this dramatic shift in diplomatic dynamics, the stakes couldn't be higher. Ukraine's future hangs in the balance, caught between mounting pressure for peace and the need to maintain its sovereignty. With Trump's team preparing for negotiations and European allies demanding inclusion, the coming weeks could reshape the geopolitical landscape of Eastern Europe and test the strength of international alliances in ways we haven't seen since the Cold War. The question remains, can a lasting peace be achieved through these unconventional diplomatic channels, or will Ukraine's interests be sacrificed in the process? As teams from both sides begin their work, the world holds its breath, waiting to see if this bold gambit will end the bloodshed or simply embolden further aggression.